Welcome back to Mrs. Stewart's Crochet Club. Today we're going to learn how to make this really simple stash busting spinner. So these ones, you crochet them into a spiral and you can hang it from a tree. Nice summery design. You can use any color that you like, any yarn that you like. I used acrylic Bernat premium yarn and I used a size 5 crochet hook. So please join me. I bet you can do this. If you can do half double crochet, single crochet, and a chain stitch, you got this down. You can do it. We begin. We do a slip knot. So I like to cross my yarn over itself to make a loop. And then I reach between and I grab the working thread and then pull it tight. We're going to start with a chain of 60. So here we go. Yarn over, pull through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going until you get 60. Okay, so I have my nice long chain of 60. Again, it doesn't matter how many you start with as long as it's nice and long because you want it to be flowing. So the next round, we're going to skip the first stitch here and we're going to go into the second stitch. So right into the next stitch, not that one, this one. And we're going to go and do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. There's 1. Insert, yarn over again and pull through 2. So that's 2. The next stitch you're going to do 2 single crochets, 1, 2. And we're going to continue along this whole row, putting 2 single crochets into each stitch, and you'll find as you go that it will begin to curl up. This is what we want. It's supposed to curl. So do that all the way down to the end and you'll have a spiral by the time we get there. All right, so I've come to the end of my spiral. Yours should look like this, something similar to this. So once you've gotten to the end, you're going to chain 1. Sorry, make sure it's in frame. You're going to chain 1 and then you're just simply going to cut it off, leave a bit of a tail. And you're going to pull this all the way through. That's the first color done. Set that color aside and move on to the next one. My next color is going to be red. And this is a series of half double crochets, everyone's favorite stitch. So you're going to go not to the end that you just finished on. I'm going to go to the other end, kind of unravel it a little bit, and you're going to look for your first stitch. Now my first stitch, that is the chain, so it's like a turning stitch, and then my first stitch is right here, so right on the top, wind. So insert here, you're going to attach your next yarn. How I attach is I tend to make a slip knot and put it on the end of my hook, tighten that up a little bit. I tend to pull mine through and then chain 2 because this is going to be half double crochet. We'll start with a chain 2 and the tail end of my work, like the non-working end, I'm just going to hold it here so I can incorporate it and then just snip it off when I get to these parts. So into the same stitch where you just joined, you're going to do 1 half double crochet. The first chain starts as a half double crochet. So this is the second half double crochet. There we go. The next stitch, so I'm still holding my tail yarn. We're going to do 2 half double crochets. If you don't know how to do it, which I'm sorry I neglected to say, it's yarn over, insert in through the stitch, and yarn over. You should have 3 on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. That's 1. The second one in the same stitch. Yarn over, 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. the next one, 2 half double crochets into the next stitch, 2. Very good. So if you get that through all the way, next stitch, 2 half double crochets, and this is going to continue all the way down to the very end. And you might think you're doing something wrong. You're not. This is going to kind of curl in and out as you go along. And in the end, we're just going to double check that everything's going in the same spiral direction. Don't worry about it. Just make sure you get 2 half double crochets all the way down to the very end, and I'll meet you when you get there. Okay, so I've reached my end. I did the whole spiral. It should look very boingy right now. It's supposed to look like that. So at the very end, I finished my last 2 half double crochets. I'm going to chain 1, grab my scissors, and we're going to pull that on through. Very good. We have one more color to go. Grab your next color, and you're going to be attaching down here. Let me grab my orange. I like to start with a slip knot, much more secure than anything else in my opinion. So we're going to go back. So where we finished off, again, that's going to be the finishing off end. We're going to start at the same place that we started. I'm going to cut this off. This was from the beginning, the one that I went over. So I'm just going to cut that off to eliminate some confusion. And so looking at this, looking at what we have here, we're going to attach to, I think we're going to attach the same spot that we attached the red to. So this spot here, and the purpose of this is we're going to add a hanging loop. So we're adding the loop. We're going to just attach with our slip. So I hope you can see that. I'm just slipping on, and we just need to make a big long chain that's long enough to be whatever we're going to hang it on. It needs to have a loop. So let's go 40. 2, 3, 40. 1, 2, 3. So I've got my 40. I'm going to go back to that same stitch that I'm coming out of, and I'm going to slip into that. So just on this other side of it, we're going to slip in. It's a little crowded, but you can kind of work it out. So yarn over and pull through, and then just pull through again. So make sure you get through that first loop. And I think we'll put a stitch. So in the side of this red stitch, we're just going to do a single, oops, turn it around so it makes more sense to me. We're just going to do a stitch there, and we will get back up to the top here. Okay, so we reached the top. What I just kind of did is I did a single stitch up the side, and then I joined to the top. So this row is a series of 2 single crochets into each one. So I'm going to do 1 chain. It's going to count as the first single crochet, and then 2 into that stitch. Moving on to with the next stitches, 2 single crochets all the way down, the same as we did before. Again, if you're worried that something's not going right, don't worry, it's going fine. Everything's meant to be twisty. And I noticed as I was going down this line, it was kind of reversing because I was going in that direction. But again, it doesn't matter. It all sorts itself out in the end. So keep going all the way, 2 single crochets all the way to the very end. Okay, so I've reached my end again. It took me a long time. So when at this end, same with the previous rounds, you're going to chain 1 and then grab your scissors, leaving a tail, cut it off, and then pull this one through. That's it. This is the whole project. You can I would weave in the join here, weave that in, and what to do with the ends. You could, I've seen pictures of people crocheting things to go in the end. I've seen people use beads, pom-poms, tassels, whatever you'd like. You could do that. You could also, the reason we left long tail is that you could add some more of these fringes of each color and then just have like a long flowing tail. Maybe I'll do that. I think I'm gonna add some more and then tie it as a knot here and then just have this hanging down. I could add beads, but I don't have any. If you have some, lucky you, you could make some too. So I'm just gonna take a second, add some more fringe down here, and we'll show you what the fringe looks like. It's done. I finished mine. So I added some extra string to the bottom of mine and braided them together. And I added a little bit of fringe at the bottom. And this is, again, going to be blowing in the wind. So it's just something nice to look at. And there we go. This color combination, how nice, summery look. Just play with your colors, see what you like. My cat has shown a lot of interest in this particular item. Also my children, and you know, if you have teacher appreciation or end of school year thing coming up, this could be a nice little thing to make a decoration with. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you try this project and that you love it. And if not, it's just good for practicing stitches as well. Like, look how beautiful that is. Please take a second to like and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate you coming back and doing more crocheting with me. Thank you. Bye.